Alright, this is John Colo at DiscountJuicers.com. We have a very special treat for you today. What we have is the Lequip Omni juicer, but it also included in the price comes with an oil press attachment. So as a juicer, the juicer is just, pretty much average. It's a single auger, single stage juicer, and it's going to juice most things fairly well. But the real treat and gem about this juicer is that it comes with an cold press oil attachment. So what that means is that there's no heat involved. This is the actual oil press here. There's no heat involved, no added heat involved in pressing the oil. So we're going to go ahead and make some different oils today. We have some flax seeds here, some chia seeds, sunflower seeds, and soybeans. I'm going to make some different oils there. So the first thing to do when you get this oil extractor is to, number one, read the directions. It's very important you follow the directions. The manufacturers actually recommend that you actually heat up your seeds before pressing the oil. This is for a very important reason. You need to preheat or get the oil extractor kind of warmed up to temperature. Otherwise, it's not really going to work, especially if you're doing something like the sesame or the soybeans or the sunflower seeds. So they recommend putting your seeds in the microwave for about 45 seconds. I'm not a big fan of microwaves. So actually we had some flax seeds here in a pot and we heated them up. They're definitely notably darker than the other seeds. So we're going to go ahead and turn the machine on and put in our warm flax seeds in the machine. As I said, this is a very important step to ensure the oil extractor works properly. Once the oil extractor and you feed in these warm flax seeds is working properly, then you could go ahead and feed the colder, the room temperature flax seeds in there. Alright, so we just put in the warm flax seeds, and now you can finally see some pulp coming out of the end, or actually the pressed cake coming out of the end, and the oil is now dripping out. Right when we put it in, we initially got some kind of the machine was self-cleaning itself, and it ejected some of the pressed cake down at the bottom, but you can look at that oil coming out of there now. This is just 100% unfiltered, and no heat added in the processing of these flax seeds. The machine does not have any attachment or anything to actually add heat to the oil. Alright, so now that we have the oil extractor heated up to operating temperature because we put the heated flax seeds, now we're going to go ahead and put our raw flax seeds through. Now I have before in other videos, put the raw flax seeds through without actually heating the seeds up, and it did work fine, but it just didn't work quite as well. Now you can see this is working really well. The pulp is coming out, and you can see here the oil is being extracted into the collection cup. They do give you a screen to basically sieve out just the oil, because you will get a little bit of pulp in with the oil. And I really like the look of this press cake as it comes out. It's really funny looking. Alright, so I think that's the last bit of flax seeds that went through the machine. And with just so little flax seeds, let's take a look at the oil and see what we got. Alright, let's pull this container out and see. So we did get some residual stuff, but look at all that nice clear flax oil. This is truly raw flax oil. Oh, and the other question I had was, let's measure the temperature. We're going to turn that off. And I have an infrared thermometer here, so this measures the temperature of things without actually touching it. We'll take the housing off. Now this does get very hot, so you don't want to touch this. But we can see at the area where the oil is coming out, it's 108, 106, 106 degrees. So this would be considered a raw food product because it is under 118 degrees. You can make your own truly raw flaxseed oil, fresh pressed. There's nothing better than that. Somewhere along the line when you buy the flax oil in the store, they had to do this process to it. Once they do that, it starts to oxidize and go rancid. Many flax oils actually have a 3 to 6 month expiration date from the time you buy it. And there's been many times when I buy a big bottle of flaxseed oil and it goes bad in my fridge before I get to use it. Not anymore with the Lequip Omni juice extractor and oil press. You could make only as much flaxseed oil as you need for that salad dressing you're making tonight, and get out the machine tomorrow and make just enough for tomorrow nights. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to do some chia seeds. So let's see how the chia seeds and make some chia seed oil in the Lequip Omni. So we're going to take our chia seeds. Chia seeds are also really high in essential fatty acids, and we're going to just pour them in there. So most oily seeds will work in this machine without any problem. As you can see, they're feeding through, and all of a sudden now we're getting the chia pulp out. And of course, you can see out of the machine is coming a real fine, clear, literally clear oil that's really not having to be filtered at all. And we're getting a nice chia meal. So you can kind of see I moved this over a little bit. This is from the residue from the flax, and this is the chia here. It's just coming out pure with literally no grit in the oil. So this is going to be a really nice, rich oil, rich in omega-3 fatty acids. You know, when you are buying the oils in the store, if you are buying them, I recommend getting them in the dark amber glass bottles. Some of the plastic bottles and some of the extracted oils come in, you know, maybe just like the water, you know, when we drink water out of bottles, it could leach plastic and toxins into the water, and we kind of taste that plastic thing. Well, oils have a higher propensity to actually leach things into it than even water. So oils will pull those plastic molecules that we don't want in our bodies. Just yet another reason to make your own fresh oils at home so you don't have to even deal with that. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to put some sunflower seeds through the Lequip Omni machine. And once again, I do want to, you know, go over again that it's really important to get the machine up to operating temperature before you put the, you know, especially something like sesame or sunflower seeds through the machine. If you don't get it up to operating temperature, you're going to make a mess and you're going to say, this thing doesn't work. No, you need to follow the directions and preheat your first seeds that you're running through it. You know, and I'd recommend using flax seeds as your first seed you put through the machine to get it up to that operating temperature. And like us, you could, you know, take the oil off the initial pressing and discard it if you'd like, or you could also eat that. You can see every different press cake we get out is a little bit different color. It's kind of cool. Here's the flax, and it kind of like put the flax into like little chunks of stuff. The chia, literally ground up the chia into like almost, not quite a powder, but almost. And then now here's the sunflower seed press cake, and it's just a dry cake. Let's go ahead and try some of that. Tastes like sunflower seeds, but really not that fatty. A little bit fatty. It's actually good. I like that. The machine works most effectively with smaller seeds. So on the chia seeds, we put them in, and literally they were run through the machine, and that's because the seed size is so small. Once again, the flax seeds went through fairly quickly as well because they were small size and they were easily able to go through that auger in the machine. Now with the sunflower seeds, it's taken a little bit longer because the auger can basically chop up each sunflower seed in half first, and then it takes, you know, it takes the other half in. So it's going to take you a little bit longer to make that sunflower seed oil and seeds that are a lot bigger. All right, so we're just about done making the sunflower oil. We're going to go ahead here and turn the machine off. We're going to go ahead and put this underneath. Let me show you what we made with just 3 small bowls of seeds. We have, you know, all this beautiful oil in here. It's a raw, cold-pressed oil. Okay, so we have a mixture here of chia, flax, and sunflower seed oil. So I'm going to taste this oil. Wow, that's really good. It tastes better than like that butter on the popcorn. You know, it tastes so fresh and rich and fatty. And here are the raw organic soybeans. So if you do want to make soybean oil, highly recommend that you use the organic soybeans, because if they're not organic soybeans, it's a high probability that the soybeans are genetically modified. And on another note, I'm not a big fan of soybeans or soybean oil anyway. But I had a customer that said, hey John, will the Omni make soybean oil? So I said, I don't know, let's try it out. So that's why I'm doing this demo, to see if we can make soybean oil with the Lequip Omni. Now, you know, each seed basically has a different oil percentage in it. So some seeds are oilier than others. So some seeds will yield a higher percentage of oil per cup you put through. So I think just looking at what we went through today, I think the the chia actually had a really high percentage, then followed by the flax, followed by the sunflower. The sunflower seems to be a little bit more, wet and not quite as oil rich, and then followed by the soybean oil. It's probably going to take you a bunch of soybeans to make, not so much oil. All right, so we're just finishing up running the Ross Organic Soybeans through the Lequip Omni. So let's see this machine. I turned it off. We have all the soy pressed cake, and let's see how much soybean oil we got. Wow, well, you know what? It did work. All right, so this is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com demonstrating the Lequip Omni oil extractor. The Lequip Omni oil extractor is available at DiscountJuicers.com. Be sure to visit DiscountJuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for our YouTube visitors.